One of the most painful things in life is nostalgia. Now on the one hand, it's the best thing ever, but on the other, it's like getting sucked down something that's halfway between a rabbit hole and a wormhole. Because you get lost in this world of nostalgia, but at the same time it's very confusing and you end up not knowing where you are or where your head's at or kind of what century you're even living in. And with that in mind, I thought it would be very fun to do a very nostalgia themed ASMR video today. So I went to my local library, fought my way through a gaggle of children and found some rather exciting children's books that I thought we could look through together. Not only will they make some nice relaxing sounds, we have a whole range of different books here, most of which are childhood memories, but a couple of which are more recent releases that aren't nostalgic, but I just thought they had some fantastic illustrations and I thought they would just make a nice addition to this. Okay, so I think what we'll do first is we'll just have a quick look at all of them so you can see what will be coming up, and then we will go through each of them. If I stop to drink, it's because I'm drinking out of my beautiful favourite Jack Skellington book. It is a very hot day. Okay, so first of all, I found all of these in my local library. I got very excited. You may remember these. I think Poundland used to sell them. They're the Doctor Who fact files, and they had all kinds of them. They had the Ood, of course, they had the Dalek, the TARDIS, I think they had the Doctor, the Cyberman. I don't think they had, in fact I know they didn't have the Rose one at the time, or at least it wasn't on the shelf, because I would have got that one instead of this one. But I just like saying Ood, so we'll be looking at the Ood. And then we have Mog in the Fog. This is not one that I remember, but I do remember quite liking Meg and Mog. I love the illustrations of Mog. I think Mog is beautiful, beautifully illustrated, so fun. So we'll have a look at that one and have a trip down memory lane with Mog. This one, I will be honest, I hadn't heard of it. You can tell by the quality of it that it's not a 90s book. It may have originated in the 90s, but this particular edition didn't. We will find out when we look through it. But I got it because it's Neil Gaiman. Neil Gaiman's a fantastic storyteller. And it was just called Instructions, with illustration from Charles Vess, a Bloomsbury publication. And I thought, well, it's Neil Gaiman. It's got to be a lot of fun, so I'm looking forward to seeing what that's actually like. Oh, look at it. This one, straight away, I saw it and thought, I need to read this one. This is actually, first of all, it's a Lift the Flap book. I had a quick look through it, and there are books, little flaps you lift up and look underneath, which I thought would be a lot of fun. But it's Nick Sharratt. Nick Sharratt is my childhood favourite illustrator, and I just couldn't resist the opportunity, plus the pumpkin's amazing, but I just couldn't resist the opportunity to discover the story of Cinderella through the illustrations of Nick Sharratt. So that will be a proper treat to look through, I think. Then we have the Little Red Hen. This is one of my childhood favourites. This isn't the edition that I had. The one that I had was pink and hardback, and certain words were replaced with a picture of an animal or a loaf of bread. It was to help you read a kind of beginner's reading Ladybird book. But I do love the story, so I thought that one would be very good. Then we have one which everybody has heard of and has read and knows the story of. This is Peace at Last by Jill Murphy. It's a very cute book. This one I saw and just thought, I can't resist. I hadn't heard of this one. I don't believe it's been out for very long. Look at the skeleton cat. Look how cute. This is for Silly Skeletons. the illustrations and the glittery background, I just thought, yeah, we'll give this one a go and see how fun it is, because it looks like it's going to be a right laugh. And I love death. And of course, The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Carle. I was hoping for the hardback version of this, because it would make some nice sounds, but I couldn't find it. But I haven't read this, well, I'll be honest, I've not read it in about 20 years, so it'll be keen to see how much of it I can remember. So, I think, actually we'll go backwards, so we'll start with The Hungry Caterpillar, and then we'll go that way. Sun. Obviously some of these books are quite big, so I'll try my best to get as much of it in the camera as possible. In the light of the moon, a little egg lay on a leaf. One Sunday morning, the warm sun came up and pop! Out of the egg came a tiny and very hungry caterpillar who matches my nail varnish beautifully. He started to look for some food. On Monday, he ate through one apple, but he was still hungry. On Tuesday, he ate through 2 pears, but he was still hungry. On Wednesday, he ate through 3 plums, but he was still hungry. On Thursday, he ate through 4 strawberries, but he was still hungry. On Friday, he ate through 5 oranges, but he was still hungry. On Saturday, he ate through 1 piece of chocolate cake, 1 ice cream, 1 pickle, 1 slice of Swiss cheese, 1 slice of salami, 1 lollipop, 1 piece of cherry pie, 1 sausage, 1 cupcake, and 1 slice of watermelon. That night, he had a stomachache. The next day was Sunday again. The caterpillar ate through 1 nice green leaf, and after that he felt much better. Now he wasn't hungry anymore, and he wasn't a little caterpillar anymore. He was a big, fat caterpillar. He built a small house called a cocoon around himself. He stayed inside for more than 2 weeks. Then he nibbled a hole in the cocoon, pushed his way out. He was a beautiful butterfly. The end. Very quick but very charming story about if you eat lots and lots and lots of food, you will be beautiful. Okay, so we gotta go on to, I realise this one's quite shiny. 4 Silly Skeletons by Mark Sperring and Sue Hendra. Oh wow, look at that. That is gorgeous. Look at the mouse skeletons. Oh, that's beautiful. So this was, yes, first published in 2016. Meet 4 silly skeletons. Fred, Sid, Belle, and Bill, and our cat skeleton. Okay, this one's going to be a very tricky one to do. They live in this house at the top of this steep hill. And here at the bottom, where the ground is good and flat, live their dear sweet Auntie June and their skelly bones cat. Now every single day there always seems to be a silly little mishap, sometimes 2 or 3. But luckily dear Auntie June is never far away to pick up all the pieces and make everything okay. I don't know what they're doing to skelly bones. On one dark and starry night, when the moon was big and round, Skelly Fred heard music, such a sweet toe-tapping sound. Belle, she started twirling, Bill's knees began to knock. Then Cuckoo went the cuckoo in the skelly cuckoo clock. It's midnight, shouted Skelly Sid, but what do we all care? How can we think of sleeping when there's music in the air? So 4 silly skeletons shimmied down the hill with a swish and a sway and a leap and a twirl. Rumba, samba, well look at them all go. Bone rocking, high kicking, to and funny fro. Jive bopping, leap frogging, oh, a body pop until a sweet, worried voice cried, "Stop, stop, stop!" It was dear sweet Auntie June with a bottomless bag, and she said to those skeletons, "I'm not one to nag, but take these lamps and torches and this shining candlestick, for it's dark out on this steep, steep hill. You know I worry sick." But 4 silly skeletons said they didn't need more light. "Just look," they said to Auntie June, "the moon's still big and bright." So off they danced with a skip and a hop, and not one of them saw the big, great big drop. Skelly Cat looks awfully worried. Help! 4 silly skeletons all in a heap, a pile of bones stacked up steep, moaning and groaning beneath a cloudy moon, weeping and wailing, "We want our Auntie June." And soon then came a big gleaming light that shone like gold in the dark, dark night. And dear Auntie June took out some string and sticky glue, which I'm pretty sure is honey, and put them back together, almost as good as new. Now Belle has 2 left feet, Fred has 2 right, Bill is in a muddle, and Sid says serves us right. Very fetching Mona Lisa. The next time we go dancing beneath the full moon, we really must listen to clever Auntie June. Moral of that story, listen to your aunties, kids. It's very lovely. Next up, Peace at Last by Jill Murphy, which was originally published, hopefully it'll tell us, in 1980 by Macmillan's Children's Books. This version was published in 2007. The hour was late. Mr. Bear was tired. Mrs. Bear was tired. And Baby Bear was tired. So they all went to bed. Mrs. Bear fell asleep. Mr. Bear didn't. Mrs. Bear began to snore. Snore, went Mrs. Bear. Snore, snore, snore. "Oh no," said Mr. Bear, "I can't stand this." So he got up and went to sleep in Baby Bear's room. Baby Bear was not asleep either. He was lying in bed pretending to be an aeroplane. "Meow," went Baby Bear. "Meow, meow." "Oh no," said Mr. Bear, "I can't stand this." So he got up and went to sleep in the living room. Tick, tock, went the living room clock. Tick, tock, tick, tock, cuckoo, cuckoo. "Oh no," said Mr. Bear, "I can't stand this." So off he went to sleep in the kitchen. Thrip, thrip, went the leaky kitchen tap. Went the refrigerator. "Oh no," said Mr. Bear, "I can't stand this." So he got up and went to sleep in the garden. Well, you would not believe what noises there are in the garden at night. "To-wit, to-woo," went the owl. "Snuffle, snuffle," went the hedgehog. "Meow," sang the cats on the wall. "Oh no," Mr. Bear said, "I can't stand this." So off he went to sleep in the car. Lovely kitties having a choral song. It was cold in the car and uncomfortable, but Mr. Bear was so tired that he didn't notice. He was just falling asleep when all the birds started to sing, and the sun peeped in at the window. Tweet, tweet went the birds. Shine, shine went the sun. "Oh no," said Mr. Bear, "I can't stand this." So he got up and went back into the house. In the house, Baby Bear was fast asleep, and Mrs. Bear had turned over and wasn't snoring any more. Mr. Bear got into bed and closed his eyes. "Peace at last," he said to himself. "Brrr," went the alarm clock. "Brrr." Mrs. Bear sat up and rubbed her eyes. "Good morning, dear," she said. "Did you sleep well?" "Not very well, dear," yawned Mr. Bear. "Oh, excuse me, it's contagious." "Never mind," said Mr. Bear. "Mrs. Bear, I'll bring you a nice cup of tea." And she did. It's very sweet. Next up, we have one of my personal childhood favourites, The Little Red Hen. This particular edition is from 2000. Down the road and over the hills lived a little red hen. She lived in a farmyard with a farm dog, the farm cat, and the farm pig. Oink, oink. One day, when the little red hen was out walking, she found some grains of wheat. She gathered them up and carried them back to the farmyard. "Who will help me plant this wheat?" she asked. "Not I," said the dog. "Not I," said the cat. "Not I," said the big fat pig. Oink, oink. The cat has heart sunglasses on. "Then I shall do it myself," clucked the little red hen. And she did. The little red hen cared for the wheat until it grew tall and golden. "Who will help me cut the wheat?" she asked. "Not I," said the dog. "Not I," said the cat. "Not I," said the big fat pig. Oink, oink. "Then I shall do it myself," clucked the little red hen. And she did. "Now who will help me carry this wheat to the mill to be ground into flour?" asked the little red hen. "Not I," said the dog. "Not I," said the cat. "Not I," said the big fat pig. Oink, oink. "Then I shall do it myself," said the little red hen. And she did. The miller ground the wheat into flour and put it in a sack, and the little red hen dragged the sack back to the farmyard. "Who will help me carry this flour to the baker to be baked into bread?" asked the little red hen. "Not I," said the dog. "Not I," said the cat. "You carried it here all right, so you can carry it to the baker," said the big fat pig. Oink, oink. "And so I shall," clucked the little red hen. And she did. The baker made the flour into a wonderful big loaf that smelled of sunshine and poppies, and the little red hen carried it back to the farmyard. "Who will help me eat this bread?" she asked. "I will," said the dog. "I will," said the cat. "I will," said the big fat pig. Oink, oink. "Oh no, you will not," clucked the little red hen. "I have some new friends coming for tea." And she did. I love that story. Obviously a fantastic moral there about having to put in the effort if you actually want to get something back. Nick Sharratt and Cinderella and Stephen Tucker. A Lift the Flap fairy tale. This book is very, very loved. You can see quite a nice feel to it. Cinderella's sisters were such a rotten pair. She did all the housework, they never did their share. Eating chocolates. A party invitation came from the prince one day. Cinder said, "Can I come too?" Her sisters said, "No way." "Please come to my party," said the prince. Do you think that's how Harry will be signing his wedding invites? "And you must help us to get ready. And don't you pull that face. Go and fetch our party frocks, our fans, our jewels, our lace." Cinders did up all their buttons, and then she tied their bows, put rings on every finger, and powder on each nose. "See you later," said the sisters. Cinders sobbed, "It isn't fair. I never go to parties or have nice things to wear." All at once there was a flash and a puff of purple smoke. It was her fairy godmother. She smiled, and then she spoke. "Find me a pumpkin and a frog and 2 white mice as well. Put them in a garden, and I will cast a spell." The fairy waved her magic wand. "Here's a coach and a ball gown too. Have fun at the party, Cinders, but there's one thing you must do. You must be home by 12 o'clock. Cinders said okay, and went off to the palace to dance the night away. She had a really brilliant time. The prince liked her the best. Her sisters whispered, "Who's that girl?" They never even guessed. All too soon the clock struck 12, and Cinders gasped, "Oh no!" She danced out of the palace as fast as she could go. The prince looked for her everywhere, but only found her shoe. She'd lost it when she'd run away. He thought, "Here's what I'll do. I'll make each girl in the kingdom try on this shoe to see if I can find the answer, 'cause she's the owner, 'cause she's the girl for me." When Cinder's sisters had their turn, they pushed and shoved and squeezed, but their feet were much too big. The prince was jolly pleased. And he was just about to leave when Cinderella appeared. "May I try on the shoe?" she asked. Her horrid sisters sneered. Imagine their astonishment. They wailed, "It cannot be!" The shoe fitted her perfectly. The prince cried, "Marry me!" Happy Cinderella said to the prince, "I'm yours, but only if you promise we share the household chores." It was the wedding of the year. Guests came from far and wide. Now even Cinder's sisters said she made a lovely bride. It's very cute. Okay, so next up we have Neil Gaiman's instructions, which I'm very excited to see. Let's have a look inside and see what it's going to be. Oh wow, I'm just basically going to fangirl over these. Look, yeah. Oh wow, oh gosh. Okay, slightly overexcited. Touch the wooden gate in the wall you never saw before. Say please before you open the latch. Go through. Walk down the path. A red metal imp hangs from the green painted front door as a knocker. Do not touch it, it will bite your fingers. Walk through the house, take nothing, eat nothing. However, if any creature tells you that it hungers, feed it. If it tells you that it is dirty, clean it. If it cries to you that it is hurt, if you can, ease its pain in the cute little kitty. From the back garden, you'll be able to see the wild wood. The deep well you walk past leads to Winter's realm. There is another land at the bottom of it. If you turn around here, you can walk back safely. You will lose no face. I will think no less of you. Once through the garden, you will be in the wood. The trees are old. Eyes peer from the undergrowth. Beneath a twisted oak sits an old woman. She may ask for something, give it to her. She will point the way to the castle. Inside it are 3 princesses. Do not trust the youngest, walk on. In the clearing beyond the castle, the 12 months sit around a fire, warming their feet, exchanging tales. They may do favours for you, if you are polite. You may pick strawberries in December's frost. Trust the wolves, but do not tell them where you are going. The river can be crossed by ferry. The ferryman will take you. The answer to his question is this: if If he hands the oar to his passenger, he will be free to leave the boat. Only tell him this from a safe distance. If an eagle gives you a feather, keep it safe. Remember, the giant sleeps too soundly. The witches are often betrayed by their appetite. Dragons have one soft spot, somewhere, always. Hearts can be well hidden, and you betray them with your tongue. Do not be jealous of your sister. Know that diamonds and roses are as uncomfortable when they tumble from one's lips as toads and frogs. Colder too, and sharper, and they cut. Remember your name. Do not lose hope. What you seek will be found. Trust ghosts. Trust those that you have helped to help you in their turn. Trust dreams. Trust your heart. And trust your soul. When you come back, return the way you came. Favours will be returned. Debts will be repaid. Do not forget your manners. Do not look back. Ride your wise eagle. You shall not fall. Ride the silver fish. You will not drown. Ride the grey wolf. Hold tightly to his fur. There is the worm at the heart of the tower. That is why he will not stand. When you reach the little house, the place your journey started, you will recognize it, although it will seem much smaller than you remember. Walk up each path, and through the garden gate you never saw before but once. And then go home, or make a home, or rest. Even by Neil Gaiman's standards, I felt that was very bizarre. I'm not entirely sure what the purpose of it was. Okay, I guess the moral is that if you do the right thing on the way up, people will help you as you head back. I'm not sure of the age range of this one. I'd have to have a look on the internet and read some more about that, but it was very pretty. Okay, so penultimate, we have Mog in the Fog. I love Meg. Goodbye, owl. Why won't you come? Are we there yet? Mog wanted to climb the highest mountain in the world. A Sherpa saw them land. Bong. Hello, I'm Sing. This is Yak. I'm Meg. This is Mog. Will you take us to the top? Okay. I lead caravan. Oh dear, oh dear. Very old bridge. Creak. They crossed many torrents. Up and up and up they climbed. It started to snow. Sing took them to a cave. Now we make tea. Good tea. Good butter in it. Yuck. The sun came out. It was dazzling. What big feet. Mog found some footprints. Mog, where are you? A huge cloud came down. Sniff, sniff. They were lost in the fog. Stay where you are. I must just find Mog. Mog, is that you? Sorry, Yak, bump. Ice axe, compass, goggles, and log. Help me, show me, lead me to Mog. Meg made a spell. Oh, there you are. The fog started to lift. All the fog rolled away. Yeti, yak, meow. They all ran. What is that? Don't even ask. And did not stop until the top. Yak, mind how you go. Thanks. Cheers. They flew home. It was tea time. Pass the butter. Goodbye. It's obviously a very early years book, but I think it's a lot of fun. Of course, the last one we have is this one. The Ood. It's bring back so many memories. We're not going to read every single page, but we'll just have a quick flick through and see what we have. So we have The Ood. In the 42nd century, the second great and bountiful human empire spans 3 galaxies, and the Ood live only to serve people. We have our Ood facts. Home planet is the Ood sphere on the Horsehead Nebula. Have some lovely quizzes. The Ood's anatomy, telepathic signals, pale skin, translator bowl. Code sewn onto the tunic to identify the Ood. The natural Ood, of course we have Donna. That's Catherine Tate. Ood Sigma, the Ood brain, and a test your knowledge. Might be fun to do a separate ASMR video just on these books alone at some point. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. David Tennant. Look at him. Donna. Oh, look how young he looks. Beast. More Doctor and Donna. Beast. More Ood. Oh, it's so sad. Oh, look at that face. More Ood. Translator ball and warehouse 15. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Basically, I got this for the Ood, but I stayed for David Tennant. And Catherine Tate, of course, it was fantastic. Disappearing act. So we have a little story here. I think it's a nice way to end our fact file. And that's a nice way to end the fact file. We have Dr. Rose Levine, Sycorax, Mickey, Canine, Dalek, Simon, Martha, Jax, Cult of Scarrow, TARDIS and Towns, and the Ood. So I'll definitely be looking out for the others. There we have our nostalgia trip. Thank you for joining me on this ASMR nostalgia journey. I had a lot of fun doing this. I had a lot of fun picking these books out as well. And I think I'll definitely do another one of these at some point. So if there are any specific children's books that you would like to see that bring back memories of your childhood, let me know and I will do my best to try and get those. Thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.